This is Dungeon Not Included, the actual play podcast for the adventurous listener. You are listening to our game of Bulldogs, a sci-fi adventure RPG from Galileo Games. Brennan is your GM and host, Frank plays Sticky, Alex plays Graucom McGruff, and Red plays San Ming. Our theme music is by Seamus Ronan.
Yeah, so stay tuned for amazing things, and we will make it happen to you. That wasn't a good plug. That was fucking good. That was like translated into Japanese and back to
So when we left you were not being pursued by the police, which was nice for you.
Yeah.
You had escaped the planet Stakes, the casino planet, with Dr. Sylvie Pepper in tow, who was running a secret military program that has programmed Graucom and Rex. So she is currently tied up in one of the staterooms. Or the crew quarters, probably, because you guys don't use that. You are now floating in the slow lane of space traffic in Galactic Central Point. And what is your next move?
Right, so we basically have a hostage with us.
Yes, you do.
Is what she did to you, Graucom, and you, Rex, even illegal? No offense, but like, do we know that?
I don't know if that's legal or not. I do know that this crew has taken a very vocal stance on people being able to have autonomy in the past. So I'm guessing that we're not at least okay with it. If it is legal, it doesn't mean it's okay.
No, we're definitely not okay with it because we kidnapped the woman and we're now running away.
Yes.
My point is, like, are we going to be on the run forever? Are we going to have to throw her into space and hope somebody else deals with it? And also, we really, if we're lucky, we should. You know what I'm going to do? First things first. Let's just break this up into reasonable chunks. I'm going to see if there's like an APB out for the moist. Whatever we were called, the fake ship,
the moist something.
Moist something. Is it actually the moist something? Is that what we called it?
Literally,
yes, it is the moist.
We need a better creative person on this crew.
No, I picked the moist something because it's the grossest thing I could think of. Like, it's moist, and you don't even know what it is.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, and I guess people just instinctively don't want to remember it. So I'm going to see if I have like some contacts that maybe can tell me what the whatever the APB equivalent is out there.
Yeah, you certainly do.
All right. Oop. What did I roll? It's too hard to switch between. Wow, -1. I think I have contacts. 911.
No, you call one of your friends,
Mm-hmm.
and they as soon as they find out it's you, they hang up on you.
Okay, well that makes sense. All right, I don't think we need more legitimate context for this to work. So we don't know. There's a good chance that it's the moist something that's being hunted right now, not us. But that chance keeps evaporating the more we keep this woman hostage on our ship.
Well, I don't think we should let her go until she cures Graucom and Rex, at the very least.
Let's maybe do some conversationing with her. Actually bite off her fingers. You know what I mean, San? The kind of talking that doesn't involve force.
Yeah, like, talking?
Yeah, that's it. Talking.
Yeah. Which San happens to be good at, but Sticky is definitely not.
Yes.
San, make with the talking that doesn't involve force, and then in case we need it, chompy fingers. She's got 10. She's got 10 fingers. That means we could ask her 10 questions. No, I'm sorry. All right. We leave it up to our space werewolf therapist to see if they could get in.
All right. So San will. Rex is sleeping in the crew quarters, right? So where are we?
Yeah.
Are we keeping the doctor there now?
I'm not sure where
Where
we would
are we
accept
keeping
everybody.
her?
I
'Cause-
would assume Rex and I are somewhere away from her.
Yes. Well, I would also like to have a place to securely store her so she doesn't try to, kill us in our
So
sleep
Two
or
sets of crew
activate.
quarters, luckily for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do the old sticker in the escape pod. We can jettison her if we
No,
need to.
let's not do the
No.
escape pod because for all we know, that's a place with an engine.
And
Okay.
also,
We're
she
fair.
can get out if she wants, and we don't want her getting out.
Well,
Right.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, all right, yeah. One of our spare rooms, nobody really cares.
Yeah.
Just one of them. And I'm assuming she is tied down there reasonably, maybe not completely tied down, but maybe just locked in that room for the most part.
Mhm.
And none of our crew that could be taken over will have any interaction with her. So it's just San and me.
Right. Puppy corner is off limits.
Yes.
Puppy corner.
A puppy corner.
All right. So yeah, just San and Sticky are going to be the only ones talking to the doctor, the good doctor. And San, you have been designated as the first person to have this chat.
Okay.
So exactly how did you secure her in the room? Did you just lock her in there then? Did you untie her?
I think we locked her in there, and if we can find some handcuffs or something, I would hope we could handcuff her to one of the bedposts or something like that.
Yeah, I imagine that's probably possible. So she's secured to a bed as well as being locked in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
I think that's reasonable. I mean, she's not we don't have to go nuts with this because in theory, she's not armed. She's not any way in particular capable. She just can't talk to Graucom or Rex, or she could take over. Could take control.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So how are you going to approach this, San?
Sun comes in, and locks the door behind her, of course. And she'll sit on the edge of a bed out of reach of the doctor, and say, "So, last time we spoke, you said it was possible for you to create a cure."
She says, I'm sure that is that the conditioning could be reversed, certainly. It's an interesting puzzle, actually. And she starts to muse about it out loud, about how she would go about it.
Yeah, Sun lets her talk for a while and says,
Yeah, you don't quite catch all of the scientific references that she's going over.
Yeah,
Something about brain waves and
Sun has science at a 1, so not exactly her strong suit, I'd say. Better than most people, but that's about it. She reads science magazines on certain occasions.
sure. Done. You want to give me a report roll?
Yeah. That is a 6.
Very nice.
I'm good at the talky talk without the stabby stab. Like
Finger biting.
without finger biting. That's correct. No finger biting here.
Ooh.
Damn, by the skin of my teeth.
I know. She's good at it too. But she seems perfectly cooperative and calm.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ask her to do something, she readily agrees.
Okay. And Sun will say, hopefully, if things continue in this manner, we can see that you go free unharmed.
Dr. Pepper says, that is my hope as well.
Excellent. And just so you know, I am the only one keeping Sticky from trying to bite off your fingers again.
Well, that would be unpleasant and make it much more difficult for me to do my work.
Exactly. And Sun will get up and leave.
Yeah, anything else you want her to do? Or you want to find out from
Yeah, I'll say, Sun will say, what tools do you need to reverse this?
She says, I'll make you a list and ask
Okay.
for something to write it on.
Yeah, Sun will pull out like a pen and paper. I think that can be reasonably given.
And she'll write you out a list of technical equipment.
Okay.
She says, of course, if you could get me to a lab that's already doing this kind of work, it would that would work also.
Not sure how to do that without you either escaping or, trying to kill us. So, that's maybe at best.
She says, rest assured, I have no intentions of killing anyone.
Okay. Son obviously doesn't really believe her, so and Son will leave and we'll go consult with the others about the list.
Growlcome's your best bet for knowing what that stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'll call a meeting of everyone so that we can discuss if we even let her have some of these tools, and if we do, how heavy of the guard it should be under, things like that.
Yeah, so this is a lot of equipment, a lot of computing equipment, processing equipment, but also stuff that generates essentially wavelengths that match with mental wavelengths.
Crazy alpha waves.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Right. Well, I think there's a couple of questions here. One is, can we get this stuff? And then two would be, how easily can this stuff be jiggered into something that will hurt us? Actually, Growlcome, does any of this look familiar to you? Is this stuff that you had to bring in at any point?
What do I roll for that?
Well, you are not familiar with this stuff.
Okay, that answers that question. Nope.
Yeah.
I am not familiar with any of that. Well, just because I'm not doesn't mean that Rex isn't, though.
Rex says, I don't remember any of this from our time at, in the military.
So, and how long did she say this was going to take to do?
Did she say how long?
No, she said that she would have to experiment with it.
Yeah. Well, she's not, working off a pre-made recipe. She has to figure this stuff out, which, honestly, I believe her on that front, so it could take a while.
So to me, this looks like two projects. This looks like gathering up a bunch of stuff, right? And then everybody else holding tight, or maybe right after we gather up the stuff, we have to fall off the radar for an extended period for this to work out. This is a big deal.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough, because the other thing too is, like, I can volunteer to be a guinea pig in this, but we don't know that the minute she has an opportunity, she's not going to turn me against anyone. I think actually it might be worth using your your ability to talk really well with her. Maybe we get a list of all of the commands, or at least the ones that will shut me down or make me helpful in a situation where I'm turned.
Yeah. What was the one we used last time, Sticky?
It was something like sundown, de-escalate.
And do I immediately just zone out?
Yeah. So you use the same phrase that Dr. Pepper used last time, and both Graucom and Rex.
I kind of look at both of them, then look at Sana like, I guess we should be more careful with this.
Yeah, I think it's important that we don't just go around saying the code phrases with them around.
You mean sundown, de-escalate? What are they gonna do? Be more zoned? Come on.
No, but it's fucking rude.
Yeah, they both look around as if they're expecting some sort of situation, but nothing's. Everybody's just sitting around the table.
All right. Well,
so they both sort of calm down a little bit.
Yeah, let's make up a we'll get from her, and we'll check it out and actually do some experimenting on our own bodies. And we're gonna come up with a list of commands. I think is probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a matter of trying to find where we can get this stuff. So what kind of role would that be? Seeing as how it's going to be, I mean, I'm assuming this is black market. These things were the only chance we have of getting these things.
Yeah, that's the only place you're going to be able to get it for any price you could afford, certainly.
So would that be a context
That
role?
would be a contacts role, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what I can do. One.
It's better than your negative one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the situation is, somebody who might be able to get this stuff for you because they deal with black market medical supplies. But the last time you dealt with this person, they tried to knock you out and steal your kidneys.
Right,
that's just par for the course.
About that. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't, if they didn't try to steal mine, I would have tried to steal theirs. So it's fair enough. All right. So all those scumbags I know, this is this person's amongst the scummy baggiest. So definitely will sell us out if he catches wind of why we need this stuff.
I'm sensing more and more the reason why you're in Class D.
Yes, that would be insulting if it weren't from a person also in Class D.
Hey, we all got our reasons to be here.
Right. I am going to try to pad out this list with a bunch of things to confuse what it is we're looking for. And maybe like a lot of like psychotropics and stuff. Like we're looking for something for somebody who's like trying to build the ultimate trip machine or something. Controls brainwaves, man. And then reach out. I'm going to try to get my contact.
Secure high, no addiction.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your contact's name?
Let's call him. Oh, this is our chance, folks. We've had a bad run of naming things for quite a while. We don't want another Dr. Pepper.
I have named like most of these, and I'm frankly insulted.
Pretty sure I'm responsible for Dr. Pepper.
I think you are responsible for Dr. Pepper. I was responsible for the Moist Something and John Hackerman.
John Ackerman was a great name. Don't
John
let.
Hackerman's a great name.
So what do you got?
I don't know. I want to say Jim Hackerman.
His
The whole
brother.
Hackerman family.
It's Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh God, no. Let's see. All right, so this
No,
person
Dr.
is
Pibb, some knockoff.
Mr. Pibb. He didn't
Mr.
go to middle
Pibb,
school.
yeah.
You know what? We're gonna just call this guy Lucky.
Lucky.
We're gonna call him Lucky.
Sounds like a Ken Reeg.
Could be. All right, so you get a hold of Lucky.
Then again, Cuddles and Champ were Ursamonite and an Arsabaran, so
True. And that is who the APV is out on, is Cuddles and Champ. So
which is great.
Cuddles and Champ.
Oh,
Well,
man.
when they catch Cuddles and Champ, everybody's gonna be like, these aren't the people who we saw.
well, your faith in authority
but
is so
yeah,
so,
close enough.
so
Man.
refreshing.
Listen, I blame Sticky for everything.
It's probably a good idea. Hey, Lucky, can you hear me? Are you sure you got him?
You're coming through. What do you got?
Yeah, I got a shopping list, believe it or not. I'm working, class D, so I've got 3 side jobs. And one of them is to pick up a bunch of head trip stuff for this client of mine. Weird things, mostly drugs, but not too fun. A couple of different doohickeys, but it's complicated, and I'd rather not do it myself. So maybe I can offload this on you.
He says, I'm sure I can come up with something, but your client is paying for this?
Yeah, probably. This might be one of those barter situations where I trade up for something and then get something else later on. But if you give me a price tag on what this is, I'll see whether or not this job is worth it.
Yeah, give me a little bit. Let me take a look at this and see what I've got as far as your equipment goes.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it. Good old buddy, old pal.
He says, "Yeah, I'm surprised you called me."
Why? Because of the kidney thing? I mean, come on, I got 2.
I know. I wanted both of them.
Oh, that's a little greedy, but I'll let it go.
All right. Well, I guess that's why they call me Lucky. All right.
All right. So this guy is going to come back with if he can get this stuff, and he'll probably say he can no matter what. But if he could get this stuff, there's going to be a price tag attached. So we have to be willing to pay it.
I'm willing to
What
throw
kind of money
in.
do you guys have right now?
I don't know
probably-
how many jobs have we done, Brennan.
I don't know. How many jobs have you done, Red?
You're the GM. You should keep track of this shit.
I see 47 high-paying jobs.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure I took all the jobs at one point. So theoretically,
You did, except that you guys didn't actually complete those jobs.
I just think Brennan should have a running tally of how many jobs we've done so that he can award us money accordingly.
You know who
So-
should know how many jobs we've done? Clippy, how many jobs have we done?
His name is Flappy. Thank you very much.
Flappy, sorry, Flappy, how many jobs have we done?
So
No.
I believe you've done somewhere around 6 or 8 jobs for Transgalaxy so far. But
Well,
you've also spent some of that money.
Mhm.
yeah, I guess we have.
Mhm.
Do we want to say? I don't know. We each
think
have
it's the-
like 4 resources. Does that make sense? So we've got 12 total.
12
Sounds good to me.
total is enough to buy one person's contract off. So
Well, I don't think we're buying off any contracts at the moment. I think we're 4 each, so 12 if we pool our money together.
Yeah, that might actually be enough to buy this stuff. It's going to leave you completely destitute, though.
What's a little destitution among friends? Am I right?
Yeah, we've done that. We've been broke and had to get jobs before. We'll do it again.
I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm owed something for not being a soldier that had his mind wiped by
It's
by
fair.
his commanding officer.
Yeah.
It's in it for old Sticky.
Me not killing you?
Listen, first of all, I highly doubt you could. And second of all, you know full well that Graucom and Rex aren't going to just let you kill me to take my money. That's not the way they work.
We're
saying-
zoned out at the moment.
Oh,
we are not up to it anyway. we in character are just zombified standing still at the moment.
I thought we tested all those words and found out what your commands were. Unless we literally left you that way the entire time.
Oh no, but you just said my command a few minutes ago.
No, I think we said the command, then we determined we were going to look for the list of your commands, decided that we were going to role play with Brennan as Dr. Pepper.
Okay. Yeah.
Then we
All right.
decided Lucky, then we called Lucky. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff happening.
I missed the part where we actually had that go to through.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you do have the command to return them to themselves, and so you do.
Yeah, unless somebody wants it. Unless we. I don't think we would have wait right for like let's start doing a bunch of paperwork while they're there drooling.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. But that means that it's probably safer to have them around Dr. Pepper because you know how to deactivate them at this point. So
Right, unless there's some sort of like super command which he hasn't used yet, so it's unlikely, but it's slightly safer. I'm giving the list of commands to them so they know their own, a little bit of agency back there. All right, but anyways, back to what we were doing. So anyways, what's in it for Stick?
Well, if I don't murder you, I could always horribly maim you.
Listen, we could talk about date night later. I want to know what Graucom and Rex think they're going to give me in exchange for all my untold wealths. Huh? What are you going to give me?
Rex sort of
Well-
says, Rex
Continued friendship.
All right,
says,
but I want
you're
that.
not my friend. I'd happily kill you for the money.
Man, this did not work out well at all. This is really. I thought we were gonna play around for a while and have something fun to say. Instead, people are just threatening me for my money. Now I really don't want to give you my money.
Look, Sticky, I know you don't believe in the whole doing things because out of the goodness of your heart or whatever, but that's kind of what we got here.
No, I think we got something else. So, luckily, I don't take offense at threats against my person. So, this is what you're going to give me. Rex, Graucom, unlimited footstool privileges. That means that if I ever need to get taller at any given moment, no question asked, I get a piggyback ride, and you just have to put up with it.
How is that different than norm? Sure, I
want you
just piggyback to last episode. So
yeah, but I had to cling on. I had to do some clinging on. I want some lower back support. I want those arms to go up, at least one hand to give me some support at the knee juncture. All right. I once saw this raccoon hanging out with a tree thing. I was really impressed with the way they worked together. I want that.
All right. Well, I don't know if the size portions are the same, but we'll do what we can.
Are
doesn't
you
matter.
claiming that Graucom and Sticky are akin to Groot and Rocket?
I'm familiar with those characters or those people.
This is out of character. This is me, Red, talking to you, Frank.
I'm too in character right now. Furthermore, you pick up my tab next 100 stops.
Once again, I'm pretty sure I've been doing that this whole time anyway, so
I
sure.
think I've been paying my own way or not
You
paying.
don't. You really? Yes, that's the thing, though, is you don't pay. It's you walk away, and then one of us pays for you walking away. That's how.
In that case, I should have more than 4 resources. A third favor yet to be named.
Sure, just
Rex has not agreed to any of this so far.
no, of course not.
Rex, you're a guest here. You offered to murder me, which was really rude. I've gone out on a limb to save your ass on multiple occasions, but I'll let it slide.
He says, "All right, we'll let that one slide," but he still hasn't agreed to do any of that stuff.
I'll take that as a yes.
Well, now that that's settled and Sticky's done being an ass, where should we go to see your friend Lucky?
Oh, am I being an ass?
Always,
I
constantly.
forgot where was Lucky again? Oh, where was he? Oh, he was up my ass. The least you could be is grateful. All the amazing things I'm doing for you.
You mean like common decency?
Yes. You know how hard that is?
Yeah.
Anyways, there's the directions. Here. He's on this rock.
Uh-huh.
He's on the planet Arsabar, one of the most populated planets in the galaxy, which actually makes it easier to get in and out of than you would think, just because there's so much traffic.
Yeah, I'm sure a couple of people, one ship can easily go unnoticed.
Yeah. So you now have your regular transponder on your ship, but you still have all the crappy paint job that you did to the ship at your friend's place.
I think we keep the crappy paint job until such a time as we complete our other task, which is blow up Info City.
Oh yeah, we still got to do that.
Yeah. And thus, once we have done that, we can wash off the terrible paint and be on our merry way.
So, I'm assuming that as a pilot, you know this little bit. Which is closer, and which one makes the most sense to go do first? Go to Asabar and try and get these pieces, or go blow up Info City? I'm assuming we're near Info City because that was part of the reason why we ended up at Stakes. Was it was close, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're both in GCP, the Galactic Central.
Do we want to go take care of that part of the mission and get it done and then head off, or are we going to just put that on hold for a little while?
We put everything on hold. We are wanted.
Okay.
Let's assume we are wanted, or we are one puzzle resolve away from being wanted.
That's fair.
I believe in that case, since we are already so very, very, very wanted, we go to Info City first, so that we can maybe shake some of the heat by getting this paint job off.
I'll do whatever. The only thing is, if we do the Info City job, we're gonna have to do it with keeping the doctor under lock and key.
Well, we would have had to do it that way anyway, because getting this equipment isn't going to.
Well, I didn't know if we were going to get the equipment, get me fixed, ditch the doctor, and then go do Info City.
That might take a very, very long time.
But yeah, we'll be doing the next DNI week by that point.
Hey, what if we split up What if we dump some of the risky characters in this, break up into 2 different groups, resolve this as if we weren't attached by the hip, need to do everything together?
Well, I am the pilot. I guess that's the only hiccup.
We could always get more pilots depending on the job.
I have piloting as well, and I don't know about Rex. Rex, we know Rex can fly. Rex just got us out of that situation. He can at least move a vehicle.
Yeah. So
I guess my real question is, which job do we think will need the fancy flying on more? Probably the Info City job, right?
So we've got an Info City job. What do we have to do? Like to bullet point it?
We
just
plug
it's
the
the
USB drive into Info City.
I'm really good at doing that. I'm not going anywhere near that USB drive. So there's that. And what's the other side is to go pick up the...
Go find the person who wants your kidneys and go get the get the materials.
So I got to go on the other one. So I'm thinking it's going to be... I think... how about this? Graucom Rex. You guys do Info City. And then San and I go do meet up with Lucky.
Well, the only reason I was going to do Info City was that I have the slightly better pilot, so if things go wrong, I can get out of there more easily.
But we might need that in both locations. What I'm actually proposing, or what Frank is proposing, is that whenever we do one of them, we get 2 new characters that join up just for that one job. That other players will play. Like we will. Hey, it's a regular mission. We need a pilot for one job on Info City. No questions asked.
Actually,
that's great. So that we get some guests onto the show. That sounds
right.
Cool.
All right, so we do that. Well, we need a guest. We need a guest pilot. No questions asked for a job on Info City, and whatever else. And then we would need maybe guest muscle for a job with Lucky. No questions asked.
With Lucky.
Questions asked.
All right. This is
you want a lot of no questions. That's what you want.
Yeah, a lot of people who are. No.
I love this.
Some fundamentally incurious people.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so you're going to split up to do your jobs.
I think that makes the most sense.
All right, so we need to go find someplace to get some pilot and muscle.
Job tower.
Job tower.
Now, do we actually want to just because we're inching at 8? Do we want to actually reach out to other people who might want to play?
I think we do. I think that could be very fun. Is reach out and see. I think if since it's almost 8 o'clock, I think maybe we call it and we see if we can't grab 1 or 2 people to guest for a week or 2.
Absolutely. I think I can think of some people. So
yeah, I can think of some too. I got at least one who I'm pretty sure would jump at the opportunity, but we can talk in chat later.
All right. Sounds great.
Nice. All right. If you would like to guest on the Dungeon Not Included podcast and you're listening to us or watching us on Twitch, find a way to communicate with us using your mind.
Or
like Twitter. That's fine.
Yeah, we do have a Twitter and a Patreon. You can also contact us through Patreon.
That's not, I mean, that's not to say that if you bribe us with money, you're going to be more likely to get it. But
do that thing.
Money,
I'm just saying we have a Patreon page. That has nothing to do with whether or not you will get on the show.
It has a lot to do with whether or not you get on the show. Patreon.com/nonpro. Nothing happened. It's fine.
Money. If we learned anything from this podcast, it's that money is important and will get you things. So yes,
like free piggyback rides for life.
Yes.
I thought my asks were pretty reasonable.
I mean, they were better than I was expecting, which was like, you have to do my laundry forever. Or something
Sticky
like
does
that.
not have laundry. Oh,
Sticky
he's
doesn't
just-
do
Sticky
laundry.
doesn't wash his clothes because he's a gross,
Indeed.
dirty bastard.
Indeed. If you're a gross, dirty bastard and you want to do a podcast with us remotely, luckily it won't affect us. So get in contact.
Perfect.
Hey there, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Dungeon Not Included. If you did, please tell a friend and leave us a 5-star review and encouraging comments on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. It really does help spread the word for new shows like ours. You can follow the latest from the Dungeon Not Included crew on Twitter at DNI Crew, and over at Facebook at Dungeon Not Included, or at our home on the Non-Productive Network at non-productive.com/DNI Crew, where you can find articles, character sheets, and Patreon exclusives, as well as our latest episodes. Thanks!
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.